plan. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with a little bit of mining, but we're going to put a timer on it. So we're going to do a roughly 60 minutes. I have a rock, yeah. We're going to do 60 minutes pad to pad. So I have a cutty stored with a rock in it already. So we're going to take off, go down to the moon, do some mining, and aim to get back on the pad within the 60 minutes. And then we're going to see how much we make from that. And then after that, we're going to switch over to combat missions or a few other things. We could take the Valkyrie out for a spin. I unfortunately bought one earlier today because Wake said, no, a Valkyrie looks nice. I thought it does, and I pressed the wrong button and I now own one. So Wake, that's all your fault. So we are starting 896. Okay, so we need about 104 AUEC, which is probably quite attainable. So first of all, we obviously need to go and get some drinks, some food, and alcohol. Sorry, I mean water. So one thing Laser saw, a little trick of mine with the rock mining, is the so I do the mining on aerial because you find hadronite only. Well, that of the hand binables as such. Whereas doing on Daymar or whatever, you find a mixture of other things. So I've got the Pembroke armor, but the Pembroke armor doesn't have any storage, so you can't store water or food or anything like that. So when you start to overheat, you obviously dehydrate quicker. And as we found out the other day, Laser, changing suit armors is not always as quick as it should be. It's a good replacement for your cutty, is it? Okay. Well, since I've already got the ship in the cutty, we're going to stick with that for tonight. We might change it up after that. Yeah, so I leave a bottle of water on the deck of the ship, which does stay persistent. It does stay there with the ship. If you claim the ship, you obviously lose it, but as long as you store the ship, you do keep it there. And there is possibly a bug, is if you've drunk the bottle completely and it's empty, if you store the ship and reclaim it and pull it back out, that bottle is then full. Now that may only save you 4 UEC, but I'm thinking it's more the time to do it. I've got a little screen in front of me with the chat on, but unfortunately my light is reflected at the wrong angle, so I need to get an adjustable stand for this little screen. So I'm just having to keep look over to the other screen. Let's just drink all of this a moment, and we'll do nice and place this in the bin, shall we? So let me just move the chat closer over there. Okay, so the custom computer builder looking at list here, new RTX cards as options. Alright. I actually looked at because I do graphic stuff as well. So the reason I have a 2070 Super is for rendering. 3D rendering, which obviously happens to be quite good for playing this game. So I have a 2070 Super with 64 gig of RAM and a 512 gig high-speed SSD. I think it can read and write at 2.5 gigabits per second, as opposed to most, which is half a gigabit or something along those lines. So I would need to upgrade my PC at some point. So the 3090 I think is $1.5 grand. And obviously recommends an i9 So motherboard for the i9 is about 150, I think, and the one I found actually supported 256 gig of RAM. And when I priced up the RAM, it was about £1.5 grand for the RAM. So that's going up. I was playing this game at 4K and it did play very smoothly indeed. But I found when I started streaming, mainly I was streaming just to give you guys a different view of Aurelia when she was playing. But I noticed on watching some of the VODs back that the VODs were skipping frames, especially when I was landing at like Lorville or something like that. So I changed my game resolution to 28 something by 1440, I think it is. CPU, I have an i7 6500, I think it is. So my machine is probably about 4 or 5 years old, I think. The graphics card is the newest thing in it. And make sure we put the right armor on. Okay, and we'll need to make sure that we... Well, the graphics card has an inbuilt mechanism for streaming, so you shouldn't be using any extra GPU power. At least that's what the marketing stuff says. But yeah, obviously my end it was fine. In OBS I wasn't seeing any frame drops at all, but on the VODs I could see frame drops. So we will pull out black. I mean my stream is fine at the moment, it's running at 60 frames per second. I mean I got high speed broadband, so obviously the bandwidth that side isn't going to be a problem. So I said I am new at this streaming luck, so if you guys notice anything wrong, let me know. The background music is set up so it should quieten down when I start talking. But the game audio and the background music are mixed together. I'm not actually listening to the background music. It is only for you guys to deal with a lull when I shut up. So the music is just royalty-free music. The link's in the top there, so I either have to buy a license or I can just display the link. So we'll see how we go. And let's try and get this helmet to equip before I run outside. And my character is female because it was a male character and my mobiGlas stopped working, and apparently the fix for that is to change gender, which I did. And the character, when I logged in a week ago or a few days ago, it did say, oh, don't customize your character again, so I did. I picked a male character, customized it with the new hairstyle and everything. And when the game loaded up, the character was female. So, I mean, I don't personally mind. I mean, I do prefer looking at a female character than a male character, if I'm honest. It's just, I suppose, in multiplayer games it can give the wrong impression, but we'll stick with it for the time being. So you like the background music, but the game audio is a little hot. Oh, that's obviously the location. It should be quieter now. We're in the elevator. Yeah, there's a fine level between here in the game and here in the music. The music is there. Obviously, it's supposed to fill a lull to stop it going quiet. But we'll have to see. Did I press the pad? Were we on pad 2? The other day I had on his station he obviously got 4 pads, and I visited 3 of the pads before I found the right one. Hopefully that's going to get closer. And it obviously wasn't that one. What should we try? Try pad 3? Anyone remember? It's over there. I don't want to EVA 4 kilometers, that'll take ages. Oh, it's getting closer, getting closer. Looks like we got the right one. Oh, there we are, look, 60 meters away. There we are. So, I like to get in the rock just to test if it's turned into a coffin. I'd rather find out now than when I get to the planet. Yeah, there we are.
Systems activating.
So the rock coffin bug apparently happens when you store the ship it's in with this door open. Apparently that's what causes the rock coffin bug, although I really did have it once when we pulled the rock out on the pad on the planet. And there's my bottle of water, which should be full. So I'm saying this to you guys, but you guys have probably been playing this game longer than me.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
So we are going across to Ariel. There we are. Okay, so we have this thing. Here we are on the screen. You should see that now.
Launch complete.
So it is 15 seconds. So we are going to try and get back to the pad in approximately 60 minutes and see how much money we've made. So that's the plan.
Quantum drive is now on.
Obviously any first time miners would have to go and get their, go to a planet, get their rock out, store it and whatever, so we've obviously got to jump on them that way. But assuming you're doing this regularly, I mean I've probably only done this 7 or 8 times now, I think.
Quantum drive is now off.
So we don't need to go anywhere particularly, so we'll just head straight down there. Leisurely drive. I'm going to drink some more of my coffee. Oh, nice coffee. So on Twitch, you've got obviously got the different statuses, the partner, the affiliate, and all those things. So we are at the lowest level. So if we progress to the next level, then that opens up the options for people to subscribe to the stream. We can put custom emotes on and a few other things. So the requirements for that, we've achieved most of them. So the ones we need to achieve, if I want to go for that, is we need an average of 3 followers over my streaming. 3 followers average over 30 days, and we need 50. 3 viewers, sorry, 3 viewers, 50 followers. So we need 50 followers and 3 viewers. So I'm not necessarily looking to do streaming full time. I only do it occasionally. We're gonna do it now continuously until Aurelia is back. You might get fed up with me long before then. So we're gonna do a little marathon every day. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna go for this spot below us. Get down to about 20,000. We'll cut the cruise control, we'll let the ship slow down. We should come to a stop before we hit the ground. There we are. So the stop-in distance for this thing is, look, 16,000 feet. Assuming that mark is in feet. So we'll go down a little bit slower. So the timer is off to my side, so I'm not necessarily looking at the timer. So don't hesitate to shout it out if you think I'm getting close and haven't noticed the time. Down to about 1100. Okay, so let's do a scan and see what we find. Something over there. The one thing I'm not sure about the cutty is obviously I have to do that to stay level. If you look down, you drop, so you're constantly hitting feet holes to give myself some lift. Some diamonds, okay, so we need to land nearby. I do like to land in third party. So we do need to make sure our ramp touches the ground. So possibly by this little bit here. Away from that little rock, set it down there, and drop the ramp. No, that's not good, we'll never get back in there, so... You can obviously keybind
Launch complete.
We'll launch it. So I've keybound that open exterior doors. There we are, that's lovely. We'll switch the engines off.
Flying.
So how long did that take us? That took us 6 minutes. Is it 6 minutes to get down to the planet? So that's how long we need to give ourselves roughly to get back up. And I don't like having these doors open, so I just have to close them. That's just... Place your bets on how much money you think I'm going to make. You won't win anything. Other than the appreciation of your
Systems
peers.
activating. Systems on.
Let's launch ourselves out. our engine off, otherwise we'll roll away. And off we go. That usually pretty easy. I've encountered server lag once or twice on this, which has obviously resulted in the rock exploding. See if I can drive away real quick. We were watching Red Lily the other day and he bound this to a foot pedal, but said it was actually quite difficult. I'm using mouse and keyboard at the moment. Yeah, if you switch the engine off, it doesn't slide. As you can see, this is stationary completely. But if the rock explodes, you've obviously got to switch the engine on and run real quick. Okay, so what's that? That's 8 minutes and 40 odd seconds to pick up our first Hadronite. Okay, with the engine off, this thing is as still as a rock. Aptly made. Do notice you go into the red, the quickest way to bring it down is to actually turn your laser off. I turn the laser off, the quickest way to get the power level down. I started the timer when I left the station laser. Timer was started just before I left the pad. There's a piece of rock somewhere there. So one thing I have noticed is if you're having trouble finding the rock, just as an example, so I know it's there. If you couldn't find it, drive over it. It's very easy to see. Look. Under the thing. Drive over these, it will show us if we were missing any rocks. Let's turn the engine off because we're sliding. I think pad to pad, as you said, it gets rid of that in the station, getting the food, waiting for the armor to switch. So we just want to see how much do we actually make in roughly an hour of mining. Can we breach that 1 million mark? And if you only do it for about an hour at a time, it removes the grinding or the tediousness of it. It's not too bad. So I've done this just over half a dozen times, and if you only do it for an hour at a time, it's not too bad. Drive over and everything's clear. Okay, so I reverse this into the cuddy. It's easier to see driving forward. The ramp isn't the best. It's much easier to drive forward because otherwise you wouldn't get a very easy view of where you were going. So you can't really get. So if you're trying to reverse out, you would be stuck with that sort of view, so
Weapons off.
that's why I reverse in personally. I always close the door just in case something happens. I have 2 rocks. I bought one with the Cutty Black as a package, and I bought one separately as an LTI token. Now when the server 30k'd on me the other day, I can no longer claim that rock, and I hate that look at target
Engines
option.
online. Launch complete.
There's a button on every ship. Wait.
Landing gear up.
Oh, there's a large box over there. That's probably not going to be anything we want, but we'll head over in that direction. And I hate when it tells me you've left the channel after I've got out of it, because I always think a 30k is incoming. So we're not speed mining here, obviously, as you can see. I'm just cruising along at gradual speed. Pick it up a little bit. Yep, that's a ship mineable. We will leave him be. VTOL mode, we'll get actually a bit quicker. Oh, there's something over there. On a hill, that's going to be fun. There we are, some there. So on the hill.
Frontal impact warning.
Possibly land. To the side here. Just be careful not to take our engines out, which we might end up doing, so let's just try a little bit more. Gives us what we want. Oh, that could make the ship bounce. We'll have to be careful with that one. Yeah, and I close the doors. It's just me. I need to do that so if I need to come back in a hurry, I can just pop the helmet off without having to worry the doors open. I think the atmosphere on Ariel is probably okay, except the heat.
Systems activating. Systems on.
In the Carrack and the Valk. Well, remember Red Lear did it in the Valk, in the Carrack. And he had a lot of problem landing. So the smallest ship is probably better. I will try the Valk. But he did have a lot of problem landing the Carrack, and he wasn't sure whether about his scanning ability, but I think all ships' radars are the same. I was thinking that myself. Does the 890 have a garage? I actually don't know. Yeah, I think the Valk looks like a good one. We'll have to see the landing abilities of it. I mean, I can also use the Andromeda. It just scares me every time the ship, the rock or the tumbler bounce when you open or close the cargo bay. Did we get it all? Yeah, need room to land. As you've seen there, landing the cutty is quite easy, even on top of this little rock, this mound. The other thing which is a potential, not at the moment, maybe in server meshing, is the IR signature of your vehicle. So when we were looking for Redley the other day, I think we found him about 15 to 20 kilometers. He showed up on the radar. Get it all? We did.
Weapons off.
I think the best stealth one is the Eclipse, isn't it? But does the Eclipse only have missiles? Does it not have? There we are, look, we've broken the door. That door will now not shut. Because the way I landed, too close to the ground. Then my keybind for open or close all doors. Nope, there we are. So that has broken the door.
Engines offline.
So we just see my IR spike. Look there when I turned the engines on, when it settles down.
Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Ship mineable. One. Let's bring that speed down.
Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
There we are. Okay, there we are. We got some rocks there. So we'll land. probably a bad landing because we are resting on the door. There we are. Those sorts of mistakes is what causes the ship to not be in the same place it was when you landed. But that's the one thing Urkel can tell you, the IR signature. I really hate that feature. I've turned it off as much as I can in the settings.
Systems activating.
Looks.
Systems on.
How are we doing for time? 25 minutes roughly. And we have 21% cargo. I mean, it's an interesting little mini game, this. But you think in the future, the computer would be able to do this for you. You wouldn't have to do it. They say about immersion and all that crap. With a green bar there, the computer could alter the power accordingly. So. Form of a function, I suppose. So when we get back to the pad, we will repair the ship, because if you store it with the broken door, when you pull it back out, the door will be closed. And you will not be able to get back into it. Oh. You can technically get in the side door. This is a real pain in the arse. There are a lot of quality of life issues that people playing the game will obviously like addressed, I guess. I mean, I've only been playing for end of July, 31st of July was when I actually started playing the game. And I've noticed quite a few of these annoying. Oh, there we are. Look, we can see we missed one.
Weapons off.
Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear up.
don't know if there's a secret to find in this stuff. Sticking in one location, I just fly around. If I don't find it, I just change course slightly left and right. And be careful that you don't end up going back on yourself. The rocks that you've mined will still show up on your scanner. Oh, another big box. We're heading that general direction anyway. Maybe we'll find something else along the way. There's one to our side there. That's a much smaller box. Turn my cruise control off before I ram into the ground. Well, there's a few clusters there. So they might roll down the hill, so... Oh, there's actually a little canyon there. Let's park over the other side. There they are. And flying in this way is... You use the mouse to adjust it, but if you haven't got the Z key held down, like that, you go wild. Yeah, like that. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. What the hell's it doing? Stop. Stop. I lost control then. My mouse wasn't controlling the way it was going. I think if you hit the Z key, you actually, the mouse disengages. So you've got to be careful there. Alright, yeah, if you're watching the Aurelius stream and you noticed when I was landing the Connie it went a bit weird, that was why. And there we are. That should be fine for the rock.
9.
So I'm using a lot of shortcut keys there. I for the engines, U for power up down, R for power up. I mapped the key to open all the doors, which obviously I don't need to use at the moment because we've broken the door. Yeah, lucky the thrust isn't related to the orientation of the ship. Where you crashed when you borrowed. Yeah, you said that you did alright until you got blown up in my one.
Systems activating. Systems on.
That was the Cuddy Blue you borrowed, which is actually the most expensive of the 3 Cuttys. It has a quantum dampener on it, which I tried to use the other day when we were blockading PO. To not much avail because you can't use it too close to the station. So I was trying to sit between the station and things, but then when I was chasing someone, you get too close to the station, it would power down, and it would take a while to power back up. So I had problems with the quantum dampener on that one. I did notice it was destroyed when I claimed it the following day. But that's actually not my ship, it's the ship of the month. Bologna. Last month was the Sabre, this month is the Cutty Blue. And of course we've got the free flies. Are they actually there already? Yep, there they go. 3 of them. I did, as a knife I noticed in the hangar. Quite a bit of lag there. There's that server lag. Is it going to settle down? Just getting quite a bit of lag on that one. That's probably because of all those rocks hanging around. Put in a free flight code, is it? Okay, I haven't done any of that yet. We are sliding all over the place. The other thing I found with this Pembroke armor is once you start to overheat, you continue to overheat, even when you go back inside this ship. And the solution to that seems to be to pop your helmet. Pop the helmet off, and you start to cool down. Any left? Did we get them all? Looks like we got them all. Still a little one there, look. That slide really annoys me. Did we get him? Looks like it. Engine off. Yes, I now have a knife and a sidearm. Much more responsive, so maybe having too many of those rocks on the ground doesn't lag you down a bit. So Rogue, that knife comes with the Valk then, does it? Did give me the unfortunate news when I logged in that I am now 80% towards the Grand Apple or something. It shows, you know, you spend too much money on the game when your hangar got pagination on it. Where's these little rocks around here? Yeah, looks like it. So now, space. So now Rogue's here. Rogue can answer the question: how easy is the Valk to land? Like this cutty here, we've just popped it down quite easily. Although we did break the ramp. How easy is the Valk to just pop down? Drive at the back of.
Weapons off.
Yeah, so subscription gives you something each month. You can actually just pay for it for one month. You don't have to actually subscribe. I actually did pay for a subscription in advance, which I remembered after I bought the Valk that I actually have a discount coupon. Never mind. I'm sure I'll use that again. How are we looking for time? What are we on? We're on 40 minutes.
Engines online.
So we probably want another 10 minutes,
Launch complete.
and then we'll head back.
Landing gear up.
So we know that one's over there. I think he was on about the loan ships, the one you get each month to play around with. You only get that when you subscribe. You've left the channel. That scares me every time I see that message when and it appears a few minutes after the event. Oh, we got 2 small boxes. It might be good. That one looks to be ship minables. Alright, okay. That sounds good then. We'll have to try that. Where are we going to land this baby? I would land in third person anyway. Is it worth trying to land on the mound? Take my engine out there. No, can't land on that one. I'll figure a little bit further forward. No, still not. And we'll never get the ship in that. Ah, there we are. Yeah, should the ramp go to a fixed point or should the ramp drop all the way? My hydration's going down, but we'll leave it for the time being. Yeah, I've not bought any of the flare stuff yet. I've got the sub. I got the lower sub. I think it was just the 10-1 as you said. Back door doesn't break, or you just haven't broke it?
Systems activating. Systems on.
Just the one rock. Carrack in the cutty, you reckon, is it? Yeah, we've seen Red Lear break his Carrack door when he supported the entire weight of the ship on it yesterday. The day before, rather. Monday, that was it, when the relay was off. I didn't turn the engine off that time and we didn't slide around. Yeah, looks like we got it all. He slammed that door quite a lot, yeah. And with this one, if you don't quite get it right, the rock will follow that edge of that door, look, up to the side. I think that it may be easier to drive in forward, but I find it's easier to drive out forward personally.
Weapons off.
Yes, that's also the reason I bought the Valk as well, Blake, because yeah, I know the door is bigger, so I did say to myself, I'll wait till November. Wait for the discounts, but
Engines online.
why not?
Launch.
You haven't brought the freelance door yet, have you? One of those things that once you say it,
Landing gear up.
well, we got 45 minutes. So it took us 6 minutes to get here. So we might be able to squeeze out another 10 minutes or so. Because we had to descend obviously from high in orbit, where taking off we can quantum. That's from about 3,000 feet. I mean, you can also sell your stuff at the outposts here, but I only generally do an hour at a time, so I'm generally flying back to store the ship, which is why I don't sell on the outpost. Oh, that looks tasty. Look at that. Oh, we got there. There's six there. See, Rogue, you don't like mining, but if you only do it for a little bit at a time, it's not too bad.
Engines offline.
I mean, if I didn't already have the rock in the cutting and was going to look at doing this, not quite speed run, I probably would have tried it in the Valk. But
Systems activating.
6 rocks,
Systems
so
on.
we may have to walk for a bit of cooldown. We'll see. Let's line these two up. So this is probably going to be our last run then. There's 47 minutes. This is probably going to be our last haul. Now we're at 50% cargo. Rogue, I don't know if you were here at the start of the stream, we said we were going to do 60 minutes of mining, pad to pad. Hello Cal, how are you? Which is what the timer at the top of the screen is. That's how long we've been mining for. Obviously I already had the rock on the cutty. So I didn't have to go and get it. That also gives me the advantage of not being anywhere near an outpost. Which, if you are worried about getting picked on, that's obviously one of the things you can do. I think there's a rock over there somewhere. We'll have a look at that after. Well, we started the stream with 890,000. We have a rock with 51% cargo, and we just found 6 rocks of Hadronite. So we might be passing that million before we get onto any of our bounty hunter missions or whatever ones you want to do. The stealth components also have their ups and downs. So like the stealth quantum drive isn't as fast as some of the other ones. The shields are probably not quite as high P. I think the Rampart is the highest HP of the shields I could get for the Connie, but it has quite a high IR and EM output, and it has a slow recharge rate. So each of the components has their pluses and minuses. Because I noticed when I left them around earlier, it was obviously lagging a little bit, so let's make sure we clean up. And obviously went to the side there, engine off. Let's just and that should be a toggle as opposed to an on-off, I think. Button. Those rocks just past us. Temperature's going up. Hopefully we should be able to get these last two and be on our way. 53 minutes, so might be good on time. Oh, there's that server light catching up with us again. The other reason I only do an hour is you don't necessarily want to be greedy. You never know when something bad's going to happen. Up to 71%. Oh, we're doing quite well on cargo here, look. Okay, that looks like it's our lot. Any left? No, that looks clear. Are these ones? They look good. I think there was one that is over here. A little runaway rock over there. Good, okay. Let's park him up and go home. So what were we at? Can we see? 81%.
Weapons off.
Our temperature is going up. I don't think it's going to go down, is it? No. So we will have to pop the helmet. And our temperature will go down quickly, so we may as well have a drink while we're here. That's good, okay. And we will place the bottle back here because the next time we store and pull this ship, that bottle will be full. We need to remember to check our helmet before we get out the other end. I didn't actually do anything with it.
Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear up.
So let's see if we can go back to Everest then. Harbour, and a direct path as well. No other markers. That's good. Look.
Quantum drive is now on.
And there's our helmet re-equipping. Well, 58 minutes. 58, eh?
Quantum drive is now off.
It does help I have an XL1 on this this ship, which is why the quantum's nice and quick, even over short distance. pad to pad. I'm not sure which orientation that station is. Let's go for this side of the station. Probably will fix it at some point. I mean, it's only 5 AUEC, it just saves the time of get another one. There are some ships out there. Obviously from the MFT, or I don't have it set.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay. And you've given me that one over there. And we're flying into the sun, which is handy because we can't see a damn thing. We are probably on the wrong side of the station. Yeah, we are. Ooh, let's make sure we don't crash.
Landing gear down.
We still decelerating there, are we? No, I turned off. And look, I hit, rather than hitting cruise control, I hit decoupled. There we are. Let's pause the timer.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
1 hour, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I said an hour. Let's double check. Yeah, we have a helmet on. Now you better notice I only turned the engines off, not the shields. That's just personal preference. Oh, let's not forget to repair the ship. I did say, didn't I? If you don't repair the ship when we store it and put it out, the door will be closed and we will be locked outside of it. So let's quickly do that. Repair, restart. Oh, was that doing it? Yep, there we are. We've repaired the ship. Yeah, always remember that. The door will be shut when you pull the ship. Because there's no ladders on the side doors, you will be screwed. Going a bit slow. as it works, I'm happy. Okay, how much do you think we made? Did we get past 1 million? We started with 890. We have 80% hadonite in the rock. Obviously that's not pure hadonite, but there's some inert materials in that. Find out your crime star, was it? You rage quit. Rogue, I never thought you won for rage quitting. Looks like two people with the exact same idea. We got. And the cap comes with the glass. Are you using it? No, she's not using it. Lady Black, store. That's fine, okay. And we will swap the armor over. We'll go back to that one for the time being. Paladin, that's fine. Right. Are we dressed? No. So we've done about 1 hour and 1 minute of mining, which actually included leaving Everest. Didn't need to pick up the rock, we already had it, but pad to pad, as we said. And we made 178,000 in that 1 hour.